is going to be a very personal moment that I am deciding to record. I do not know if I'm going to post it, but I'm doing a reading for myself, and you're just going to see that.
So the question is, how do I liberate myself from shame? That very specific shame. You know, when you get over something and something's left, and I'm calling that the key to have that impression, the natural key. The key that, you know, like the right words, or let's just call it the right words that you hear when you feel coming up with it. The first card that I got was the Ace of Pentacles, and this Pentacles means that is, to me, a door. So my first answer was, well, before, my answers were like,
The Hanged Man in the bottom of the deck, and the Magician. The Hanged Man is speaking more to me. I'm not going to pull it out, but I have I want to say lullaby, but that's not the name of an insect. That's a thing. But there's a lullaby, a song, a harmony. Yeah. And I see a cornete hanging from the hangman's waist. There's a lullaby, a song of forgiveness. And that is the thing that is so hard to find in this moment. Forgiveness. Forgiveness for myself. Something in the Magicians feels very intense, but like something that I don't want to look at. It makes me think of maybe you can just let this go. Maybe you can just let this go. That's what the Magician is telling me. And I look to the side and I have a book that's called The Color of Magic. The Color of Magic. The Song of Magic. What is the right lullaby to just let this go? How can you just let it go? What is the right song? What are the words? But more than the lyrics itself, more than the actual words that could be uttered at me, it's more of a, what is the emotionality behind it? I don't know if emotionality is a word in English, translating it from Spanish, but what is the emotionality behind it? It's almost like you're not just looking for a key, you're looking for a specific door, as I said. And it's almost like the pieces need to all fit together to create a door. And those pieces are sensations, are emotions. My mind has already rationalized itself out of shame because it understands that there is no more shame to be felt. From now on, any shame that is held on to is just self-flagellation. I don't know if I'm gonna put this down, but I'm getting the 6 of Wands reversed. And what I'm seeing is this shooting star burned in the bottom. I'm gonna put it down on the right. I'm gonna put it down on the right. There's so many reasons why you could carry shame with you. So many. But this is a burned star, you know, like there's no more left of this shame. There's no more to do. No more to see. This shame, and I'm getting the Princess of Swords upside down, is the opposite of clarity. It's the opposite of clarity. It's just, I'm seeing that so clearly. The shame is a way of worry, and worry is it's a path that we like to take towards clarity, because that's what we're doing when we're shaming ourselves and when we're worrying, when we're trying to make sure not to duplicate mistakes from the past that made us feel ashamed. But this is this is childish. This is pointless. This is fruitless. I feel like I need to ask a new question. So, knowing this very obvious two facts, that there's no more shame left to feel, that the shame that needed to be felt for accountability has been gone over, and then more thinking over this fact will no longer create clarity. So how do I move forward from here? I got too many cards, but I'm gonna pull them all either way. I wanna see what I see. So the ones that came up right away were the Three of Hearts. So I'm gonna divide this. The Three of Hearts, the Empress upright, Three of Hearts upright, and this was like this, and I'm getting the Wheel of Fortune upside down. You're afraid, talking about myself, you're afraid of making the same mistakes. But what you need to see, and a big part of the door is that what you need to see is that you're literally not the same person. Like, you even look different. Like, you put these two people side by side, they're two different people. So, we're gonna go towards the social aspect of it first, because that's the biggest part of shame. We can let go of shame a lot easierly if we were the only person in the world. We wouldn't even feel shame, probably. Shame is very social. So that's what this says to me. Just very social. I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This feels connected to the door. Trying too hard won't get you anywhere. You have already blossomed. Trying hard to be someone. Trying hard to be forgiven. Making yourself small because you're still carrying that shame. It's only carrying you away from actual forgiveness from others and yourself. You don't need to have conversations. You already have had those conversations. This is about knowing that you haven't hurt anyone. People are okay. People are fine. People are fine. You're so scared because you're so loving that you hurt someone. And perhaps in that moment you did. But not right now. No, you haven't. You haven't hurt someone like that for a long time. And I know there's so many things that you're ashamed of and they feel so close. But all you can do is put one foot in front of the other and keep walking. I know they feel so close. You would like them to be further away from you, further away from you. But the truth is that you have changed. I know people say that change doesn't happen overnight. But sometimes it does feel like it's an overnight thing because you don't see the whole process, and then one day you just wake up and you decide, I am different. And you actually are. But it's like an iceberg. There's all this progress that you have been making for yourself, to then one day just come under the surface and show yourself. And it feels like it just happened from one moment to the other, but it didn't. It did not happen from one moment to the other. It took years and years and years. And that is why it feels like you're starting your life now. I'm so sorry. I am sorry that you had to go through so many mistakes because there was no one there to actually guide you in the way that you needed. You had to guide yourself, and that created plenty of mistakes. All you can do right now is ask for the door to be shown where you can walk through. Show me the door where I can walk through. Now we have the Empress, the Sun, and the Moon, which I think is very beautiful. When I was picking them up, the Sun was like covering the Empress, and then the Moon was covering the Empress. And to me right now, that feels like chapters. You know? This journey with shame has been getting better. And there were still moments where you made mistakes. Not the same kind of mistakes, but different kind of mistakes. You kept moving forward, you kept moving forward. To me, the moon here signifies water, and then the sun, fire, and then the Empress, like earth. And it took it took fire and water in order to create this earth. It wasn't pretty. God knows, you know, it wasn't pretty. I'm fighting with my hair today. You know it wasn't pretty. But you are who you are today. And I think something that you need right now, because this shame ran so deep, something that you need right now is to give. You need to give. And you're a little bit scared of doing so because your giving has not been appreciated in the past, because you were trying to give something that people did not need. But you are different now. You can see more clearly, and you know where you're needed and where you're not. Be that. Be that right there that you saw. You know, like do those extra dishes. Sweep here and there. Help someone out when they need you. It's okay to be there for people when they need you. You are very caring. You just need to pay more attention of when you are. And have a period of giving. I think that would really help. I think that is the door to tangibly living behind this shame, is having a long period of giving back. That makes a lot of sense. how can I give to you if you're watching? Is there anything that I could do for you? I'm genuinely curious if there is something that I could do to help. I don't have money, not right now, but anything aside from that, let me know. I think everything that needed to be said. Oh, we have a Wheel of Fortune and a Queen of Wands. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So, the Wheel of Fortune is almost mirroring the Ace of Pentacles. It's mirroring the door. The Wheel of Fortune talks about destiny. I heard that in a reading the other day. But it also tells me that there are times where you're up and there are times where you're down. And the times where you're down can get really ugly. We know this earth. We know how tricky it is. The times when you're down can get really ugly. However, this is a time to go up. And for you to go up, you need to start giving. That's how it feels like. And that I got that. I had first the Page of Swords reversed. Yeah, a page for the Princess of Swords reversed. Which was like a lot of immaturity, overthinking, putting your thoughts in place that were not constructive. But now you have the Queen of Wands, which I want to show you. And she takes action. That's what she does. And to me, this Queen of Wands, she has like her nose up. She's confident, she's sure of herself because she has no shame to carry. She has nothing to be ashamed of. She has naked shoulders, an open heart. Be giving, and you shall find yourself again. Because it's a waste of a beautiful human to be swimming in this shame. You have already paid your time. Move on. Give. Do those things that make you feel giving and you see that others appreciate. I personally cannot wait to get started. I feel like I really needed this. I'm gonna write it down. I'm just gonna write, give. And I also wrote this that I like. Sé bondadosa, sé buena de corazón y todo estará bien. Be kind. Be good from the heart. And all will fall into place. I'm genuinely wondering, how can I make videos that make you feel loved and that make you feel like you received something? Maybe this was something that really gave you. I hope, because it gave me a lot. I'll see what happens. I think I need to move now. I hope you gained something from this. And I'll see you later. I want to share the key.